If you're looking for something a little more niche to stream outside of Netflix and Hulu, you might be looking at something like Crunchyroll if you're familiar with anime. Hello, I am Wanderer001, and this is my review of Crunchyroll for the Roku set-top box. What I'm going to do is I'm going to launch Crunchyroll, and we're going to see actual load times because sadly, that is one of the things that I'm going to start this review off saying is the load times, especially with Roku, are abysmal. And I don't know why. It could just be that Crunchyroll has not taken the time to actually work on their Roku application. But here we go. And again, this is all in real time. And realistically, that was one of the better loads that I got for Crunchyroll here. So to start off, some general basics. Crunchyroll is a paid service, and they have several different paid tiers. Here we see the three paid tiers for Crunchyroll. You have your fan, which is the one I'm currently testing, which is $7.99 a month. That gives you 0 profiles, only a single user. However, you get no ads, unlimited access to the Crunchyroll library, new episodes 1 hour after they air in Japan, access to digital manga, only available in English, and then stream on one device at a time. If you move up to the Mega Fan, that's $10 a month. However, you get everything that you did with the fan base, but now you can stream on up to 4 devices, have offline viewing, and then a few extras which are like, okay, you can get into the specialty Crunchyroll Expo, $15 off a $100 purchase. But if you move up to the $15 a month plan, which is their unlimited fan, everything that you got before, except now you have 6 streaming devices. You can do the viewing offline, but now you get an annual swag bag and access to exclusive limited time run of a figurine. Realistically, if you want to stream on multiple devices, you're probably going to want the $10 a month plan. If you're okay with just one device, you could get away with the $8 a month plan, but just know there are options out there for you. So profiles still a little up in the air as to if you can have more than one, but you do need to pay more if you want to stream it on multiple devices. Starting off right here, we can see they have a big headliner letting you know, hey, what's going on? You can start watching right from here, or we can select more, and that will give us more info about this particular show. And here we can see the start watching, episode 1 of 1, some fan art on the side. We can add to our watch list right from here, and then we can scroll down and see our episodes. So here we have Vinland Saga, and then Vinland Saga Season 2. You have to highlight and then press OK on your remote before it will switch seasons. And then if we come back up here and select details, it gives you a little more about that. Now we're going to select back and back on my Roku remote, and you can see when I start talking about how chunky the actual application is, a double tap shouldn't have brought me back to, hey, do you want to leave? But it did. So it's a little slow, and I do still currently have the top tier Roku set-top box. Coming down, we have our top picks for you. This is based on your viewing history and stuff that are in your watch list, and realistically, this Demon Slayer I've watched, so I'd say, yeah, watch that. And then the rest is kind of not so sure about. We have our continue watching, which is mainly what I'm using this for, is to go back and watch a lot of the old classic stuff, as well as some of the newer things that there's hype about, such as Spy X Family currently. That's one of the good things with Crunchyroll. They do have a decent-sized back catalog, but they also do have a lot of the new stuff. And when I say new stuff, you have the ability to simulcast as long as you don't mind subtitles. And I know it's a subtitle versus dub debate. However, subtitles you can get almost day and day. Dub, depending on how quickly they can turn those around. For Spy X Family, the last episode, I believe, was about a week to 2 weeks before they got episode 24 turned around. Now, I am pressing on my Roku remote to get Crunchyroll to do something, and it has frozen up on me, so I'm actually going to have to get out of Crunchyroll and relaunch it and start it again. Now, these are some of the headaches that you do experience with this app on the Roku, and as we can see from the blank screen, this might actually take a little longer than the first one. Yep, here we go. Reloading. And I'm leaving this in all of its glory, no editing to take out how long this launches, because this is one of my biggest pet peeves with this. Okay, there we go. So coming down, we've got our continued watching. And if we scroll through, we can see, hey, this is going to be everything that you were watching. This one shows I've watched just about everything because it's got the white progression bar at the bottom, as well as it shows I have 1 second left. Same with cells at work there. One thing with the continued watching, which will be more apparent once we get down into the watch list, is if you are watching the dub or the sub and there's another season for German or Spanish, once you finish your season of whatever you're watching, it brings you down to the next season. I really don't particularly care for that. And I wish the application was smart enough to realize, hey, I just want to watch the dub or the sub. Once I finish that, leave it alone. If we come down to our watch list, you can see that Spy X Family has something that says new. If I select this, however, it will automatically start playing the continue from season 1 of 1, and that's going to be German. So what we're going to do is we're going to come, and then we're going to come up to Spy X Family, and then this should work. What I want to say is, as you add things to your watch list, they will always be the newest item on the top. Whatever your oldest is always going to be at the bottom. So here I can continue with 1 of 1, or I can go to this series page, or I can remove from the watch list. Notice you get a little art there. We're going to go to the series page. This way I can show you. We come down here, and then we have all the different dubs and subs for this, which is my problem. Finish watching the English dub, and it dropped me into watching the German dub. And if we come down here, we'll see if that new was for the series that I was watching. So they didn't have a new, but it said it was new because since I started the German dub, they had the German dub as new. I'm going to press back on the Roku remote, and that was our continue watching and our watch list area. Here we have a breakdown where it groups things. So we've got iconic anime trios. You've got most popular, and you can see it highlights it in orange. So you know what you're clicking on, which is really great. Just updated on Crunchyroll because you watched, and it kind of pulls together. I would say these are probably a similar genre. Then you have a big ad, another big ad. Because you watch Spy X Family, hey, you might like these. World Travelers, again, it breaks it down into all of these categories. And I'm going to go all the way to the bottom here because there's no overall listing here. It's just these groupings, and you just keep getting groupings. I'm not going to say that that's a bad thing, but I kind of wish that from here there was a, hey, show me everything. But you'll notice right there, wow, you scrolled all the way to the bottom. Now you can get to a browse all, but if I'm all the way at the bottom and I select back on the Roku remote, it does not bring me back up to the top. It asks me if I want to exit the application, which I do not like in my Roku apps. If I hit the back button, I want to go back up to the top. I don't want to try and exit. But if we come into here and we browse all, we can see we'll get popular. We can do newly added. We can sort A to Z. We have action, venture. We've got lots of ways that we can sort this by. But if we take the slow slog back up to the top, we can access the menu item. So from here, we can search. So if there's a particular thing that we want to search for, we have a search box. We can type it out, or we can use our voice-activated remote, Gundam Wing, and then come down to OK, and it will show us results. So here we go. We've got the series, Endless Waltz, and then some other Gundam-related stuff. So right here, top results, series, movies, episodes. Selecting those will break them out. All right, we're going to come back up to the menu, which isn't pressing up on the D-pad. You have to hit left, which is just asinine. Home, that's our home page, which we were at previously. We're going to select up and then OK. Watch list, we kind of saw our watch list already. That's going to show us everything that we have put on our watch list. Again, newest item is always going to be first on the list. Here we've got our history. This will show you a full watch history of whatever has been played. So that's whether it's on the desktop, mobile, or the Roku app. Also, if you're sharing this with multiple people in your home, well, guess what? You'll see everybody's user views right there. Browse, again, this is another thing that we saw when we made it all the way to the bottom of the menu. So we can either fight with the Roku remote to get up to the menu option in the left, or scroll all the way to the bottom. Still haven't figured out which one I prefer more. Settings. So right here, it's going to show you your email, but also your account, letting you know this is how much is left on your current subscription. You have actions. You have subtitle language, which will allow you to change subtitles. Got default. I could do English US. Come back. App language. Default. I'm going to set that for English US. Mature content. Well, are you able to watch mature content? Notice there's no key or passcode to put in. I just go yes, and it'll show me 18 plus content. We can clear our watch history from here. We can select clear history and then good to go. Same with our search history. We've got support. Selecting this will bring you to their terms and policies. And then we have do not sell my personal information. Notice by default, that is off. So you might want to turn that on, especially if you're paying for this service, and then log out. We're going to come all the way back up to our menu and watch it jump around, which is really annoying, to talk about a few other things that I can't show you because I'm using a capture card. First being, if you start playing a show, unlike Netflix or Hulu, you do not have the ability to skip an intro or skip to the next episode after the episode ends, kind of forcing you to watch the openings and endings, which for me, I remember doing that when I was younger, so not that big a deal. If you use the fast forward option on your Roku remote, you will get little preview windows popping up saying, hey, this is where you are as you're fast forwarding, which I like because I like to be able to kind of skim and know where I am just in case I'm in a hurry and do want to skip the intro. I want to be able to know exactly where I fast forwarded to. But altogether, if you are looking for or know somebody who really enjoys anime, Crunchyroll is well worth checking out. However, the Roku app, I do not know if I can recommend it. It is atrocious. I would recommend watching this either on mobile or on a computer. The service itself, not terrible. Roku app, horrible. If you can slog your way through it like I was during this review, I'm not going to lie, I rebooted the app at least 4 times and cut that portion out of the review. But I have been recording for a total of 20 minutes now. So just look at the length of this video and that'll give you an idea how many times the app crashed on me. I have not yet had it crash while I was watching something, mainly navigating, but still, it is painful to operate. Food for thought. With that being said, I have been Wanderer 001. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the area below. And as always, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, consider giving it a like, as that will help other people find the video as well. If you like what I'm doing here, you can always help fuel the next review by buying me a coffee, link in the description below. Last but not least, if you want to be notified when I upload a new video, you know what to do.